Hello students, a very good morning to one and all. Welcome to the next lecture of online theory class series of subject Novel Drug Delivery System. I am Mrs. Aarti Majumdar, Associate Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutics, Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. Dear students, today we are going to start another important topic, that is implantable drug delivery system. So, before starting our discussion on this topic, implantable drug delivery system, I would like to summarize the main points on which we are going to focus under the heading implantable drug delivery system. So, students, we are going to discuss about what are implantable drug delivery system, what is the concept of implantable drug delivery system, including what are the desirable properties which an effective implantable drug delivery system should have. Apart from this, we will also discuss about various advantages and limitations of implantable drug delivery system with respect to other routes of drug delivery such as oral drug delivery and topical drug delivery and parenteral drug delivery systems. Now, we will also discuss about various types of implantable drug delivery system. Later on, we will discuss about what are the mechanism of drug release through implantable drug delivery system. Then, we will discuss in detail about implantable osmotic pumps, which are a type of active implantable drug delivery system, which are active or dynamic types of implantable drug delivery system. We will discuss about LZ and DUOs, which are implantable osmotic pumps. So, dear student, starting with what are implants or implantable drug delivery system. So, these implantable drug delivery system, these are small, sterile, solid masses which are formulated to be implanted in the subcutaneous tissue. Usually they are implanted in the subcutaneous tissue. Sometimes intramuscular, they may also be injected in intramuscularly. So these implants, these are sterile preparations of size ranging from micrometer, few micron to few millimeters. Now, these implants, they may be containing drug which may be dissolved or dispersed or incorporated in the polymeric devices, which may biocompatible polymers, which may be biodegradable polymers or they could be non-biodegradable polymers. These implants, they need some special injectors to be implanted at the site where the drug action is required. So, some special injector which may be having which may be large bore size needle, or sometimes minor surgery are also needed for implanting these delivery system. The main purpose of these implant is to get a localized or targeted drug delivery for a particular predetermined period of time. The duration of action of these implants may range from few days to few years, almost 4 to 5 years. Some implants can be implanted and they release drug over a period of 4 to 5 years. So, drugs such as insulin or steroids, such as contraceptives, such as norgesterone, and many narcotic drugs such as naltrexone, they are the candidates which are prepared as implantable drug delivery system. These are such drugs, for example naltrexone, these are such drugs which require a longer duration of time, such as for opioid addicts, for the treatment of opioid addicts, for their treatment, a longer duration of time is required. So slow release, sustained and controlled release of naltrexone is possible with the help of these implantable drug delivery system. As if we talk about oral drug delivery system, sometimes few drugs which are having instability in the harsh acidic environment of stomach or in the alkaline pH in the intestine. So these drugs, they can also be incorporated as implantable drug delivery system, because by implanting the drug delivery system directly into the subcutaneous tissue, this drug can be protected from the acidic environment or the alkaline environment of the pH. Also, the drug having high first pass metabolism, they are also the better candidates, they are also the preferred candidates for formulating as implantable drug delivery system. Then in case of parenteral drug delivery, however, onset of drug action is quick, but duration of action is generally very small. So the drug which require longer duration of action, for these types of drug, they also it is also preferred to formulate these drugs in as implantable drug delivery system. So dear students, even in topical drug delivery, there are certain advantages which implantable drug delivery system have. For example, they have a sustained and controlled release of drug over a predetermined period of time, over a longer period of time, which may be as long as over years. So these implantable drug delivery system, they have various advantages. They offer various advantages over other drug delivery system. Now there should be some desirable properties which makes these implantable drug delivery system as an effective drug delivery system, such as the first point is that they should be easy to manufacture and should be relatively inexpensive. So other desirable properties are they should be biocompatible, because they are meant to be injected in the subcutaneous tissue of our body. So they should be biocompatible. They should not elicit or stimulate any immune response. They should not result in the formation of thrombus or fibrosis in the body. They should be biocompatible to the person, to the body, human body. Okay. Now they should be non-toxic and non-carcinogenic. They should be safe from all aspects. They should be non-toxic. If the drug delivery system is if a biodegradable polymer is used, and this type of drug delivery system, it will be biodegraded in the body and metabolized in the body. So the metabolic products or biodegraded products, they should not be toxic. They should be safe in the body. They should be non-carcinogenic. Okay, now these implantable drug delivery system, they are sterile drug delivery system. So the important desirable property is that they should be easy to sterile. They should not degrade during sterilization. Now they should having implants are meant to be to remain in the body for a longer period of time, so that they should be biostable. They should be stable in the body. They should be stable in the physicochemical environment of the body. They should have proper mechanical strength so that it may remain in the body for a longer period of time. And the next important desirable property is that these implantable drug delivery systems should be readily retrievable, because in case of toxicity or any adverse reaction is observed, so these implants can be removed from the body. So they should be readily retrievable. Now these are certain desirable properties which any implantable drug delivery system should have. These are the minimum requirements which an effective implantable drug delivery system should have. Now there are certain advantages which these implantable drug delivery system have, such as avoidance of first pass metabolism of drug. So it results in better therapeutic efficacy and increased bioavailability of drug. Then they are also suitable drug delivery system for unstable drugs which are unstable at acidic pH or alkaline pH of the body. Now, as with the help of this implantable drug delivery system, it is possible to get localized and targeted drug release at a predetermined rate for a predetermined period of time. So, because of this control on the drug release, it results in the enhanced bioavailability of drug as well as enhanced therapeutic efficacy of the drug, thus having proper satisfactory therapy. Now, apart from having, also there is one more advantage that these result in proper patient compliance, because as they are formulated with an objective of delivering the drug for a longer period of time, for as long as few months to a year. So this result in proper patient compliance. However, apart from having these advantages, these implantable drug delivery system, they also have certain limitations, such as proper healthcare personnel is required for insertion as well as retrieval of these implants in the body, because in many cases these implants are injected in the body with the help of certain needles, and sometimes even minor surgery is also required. So the insertion and retrieval of implants from the body is an invasive process. So this is the only limitation with when we talk about implantable drug delivery system. But this limitation can be overruled, can be overcome by the various advantages as the frequency of dose administration is reduced to minimum. So it further overcomes the limitation of being invasive. Now, what are the types of implantable drug delivery system? So these implantable drug delivery system, they can be classified as in situ depot forming implants, or they can be solid implants, or they can be infusion devices. These can also be classified as passive implants or active or dynamic implants. Now in situ depot forming implants, they can be in situ precipitating implants, or in situ microparticle implants, or they can be in situ gel. These in situ precipitating system, these consist of PLGA solution, which is polylactide co-glycolide polymer. It is a biodegradable, biocompatible polymer. Then this polymer, solution of this polymer in a biocompatible solvent. So in this solution, drug is dissolved or dispersed. Once this type of solution, polymer solution, drug containing polymer solution, it is injected subcutaneously or intramuscularly in the body, it comes in contact with aqueous body fluid. So this results in the precipitation of polymer. So these precipitates, they remain implanted for a longer period of time, for up to 1 month to 4 months. So these, with the help of these precipitate, depots are formed. Drug depots are formed in the body. They are formed in situ in the body. Now, in situ microparticle implant. This system, they consist of an internal phase. Internal phase comprises of a polymer solution in a biocompatible solvent. in which drug may be dissolved or suspended. This will be the internal phase. And an external phase can be aqueous, in which surfactant is dissolved, or it may be oil. So these with a viscosity enhancer. Now this internal phase and external phase, they are separately stored in a dual chamber syringe. In a dual chamber syringe, there are two chambers, in which one chamber containing internal phase and another second chamber containing external phase. Now, before administration, before injecting this formulation, these two phases, they are mixed with the help of connector. Now, this mixture is, when implanted into the body, they form in situ microparticles which remain implanted in the body for a particular duration of time and releasing the drug in a controlled way. Another approach is in situ gel. For example, Acri-gel system. Acri-gel system, these are well suited to deliver drug in a parenterally, or they can be injected to a particular site. Now, in Acri-gel system, again, polymer such as polylactide glycolide copolymer or polylactide polycaprolactone, these types of polymer, in this polymer, they are first formulated in a solution with the help of any biocompatible solvent, and in this solution, the drug may be dissolved or dispersed. Now, when these drug-containing polymer solution, when injected into the body, they come in contact with the aqueous fluid in the body, which result in the formation of a solid implant. And this gelling can also be achieved with the help of this gelling can be induced with the help of body temperature, which is called as thermally induced gelling, or this gelling can be triggered with the help of because of body pH, which is called as pH induced gelling. So this Acri-gel system, they remain in the body, implanted for a longer period, up to 1 to 4 months. So they deliver drug for a longer period of time. Now, gel-side polymer, these are natural acidic polysaccharides which are extracted from aloe plants. The aqueous solution of gel-side polymer, it has tendency to gel in presence of calcium ion. So, when gel-side polymer containing aqueous drugs such as protein dissolved in it, when this gel-side polymer drug containing or protein drug containing polymer is injected subcutaneously or intramuscularly, it results in presence of calcium ion, it results in the gelling and it forms a gel depot in body. Now, solid implants. Solid implants are ellipsoid cylindrical systems which may be rigid or flexible rods which are formulated by molding process or extrusion technique, or these solid implants can be in the form of spherical pallets which are formulated with the help of palletization techniques, or these solid implants can be compressed tablets which are formulated by compression techniques. These solid implants, the size ranges from few millimeters to centimeters. Now, these can be injected with the help of large bore needle, or with the help of a minor surgery. Minor incision has to be made to implant these solid implants into the body, to insert these solid implants into the body with the help of healthcare professionals. Now, these solid implants, they remain in the body and deliver drug. The drug is released through various mechanisms such as dissolution or diffusion, or maybe the combination of dissolution and diffusion. And drug can also be released with the help of bioerosion Now, these solid implants, these implants can be passive. All these implants, implantable drug delivery system, can be passive or they can be active implants. Okay. First, I want to explain you what are the various polymers which are used for the formulation of all these types of implants. So mainly polymers which can be biodegradable or non-biodegradable polymers can be used for the formulation of implants. Apart from polymers, certain waxes and lipids, they are also used for the formulation of implantable drug delivery system. Example of polymers which are used for the formulation of implants are silicone elastomer or polymethacrylates or polycaprolactones, polylactide glycolide copolymers, etc. Waxes, example of waxes or lipid which is used for the formulation of implant is glyceryl monostearate. So now infusion device. Infusion devices are versatile implantable drug delivery system in a way that these are capable. They are actually intrinsically powered systems which are triggered by certain positive forces such as osmotic pressure or vapor pressure, or they can be battery operated. These infusion devices, these are capable of releasing the drug at a constant rate, even at zero order drug release. The zero order drug release is also possible with the help of infusion devices. In these infusion devices, drug reservoir can be replenished from time to time. Now, all these implantable devices, they can be reservoir type of system or they can be matrix system. We have well studied about all these, well understood about what a reservoir type of system or what are matrix or monolithic system. As we have studied this in our chapter, in our unit controlled drug delivery system. Now student, what are actually example of infusion devices are Alzate or Duros, in which the mechanism of drug release is osmotic pressure, or Infusad. Infusad, in this device, mechanism of drug release is vapor pressure. This is a vapor pressure driven release, this system. Now, passive devices. Classification of implantable drug delivery system can also be done on the basis how they release the drug. What is the mechanism of drug release? Now, passive implantable drug devices are relatively simple devices which result in the release of drug through passive diffusion. In passive devices, it is drug type or drug concentration or the polymer type or the design of implant or the surface texture of implant which are responsible factors for controlling the drug release. Apart from these passive devices, on the contrary, these active or dynamic devices, implantable devices, these are actually, these infusion devices are the example of active and dynamic devices. In these active or dynamic implants, these are all intrinsically powered. The drug release is controlled through a positive force such as osmotic pump or vapor pressure, or they can be battery operated. So these active or dynamic implantable devices, these have even more better control over drug release for a particular period of time. However, due to the complexity of their formulation, these have somewhat higher, these are somewhat costlier as compared to the passive devices. So dear student, today we have discussed about what are implantable drug delivery system, what are the desirable qualities, desirable properties of an effective implantable drug delivery system, what are the various advantages and We have also studied about what are the various types of implantable drug delivery